What's up, and welcome back to Cleats to Whistle podcast. I am Brad Valdez.
I'm Kevin Watson. Sorry, I was over here studying.
And we have the chopper here. He is here, Dakota Waldridge, man. Welcome. Finally, we're going to get, hey, this is our other guy, man.
Dude's got a nickname he didn't even know he had.
He didn't even know.
The Chopper.
My own mother didn't even know I had that nickname. She was watching.
My dad, I love you. My dad thought it was a real chopper. I love it. I got more compliments on that, saying that was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was good.
He was like, sorry, I kept texting you. I was like, no, keep them coming, dude. We were loving it.
But yes, if you heard the chopper, that's only special on Friday nights. So
Only on Friday.
Hey, a.k.a. Dakota Waldridge, the chopper.
The chopper.
So, hey, man, just introduce yourself a little bit, man. Tell them what you guys do for the pod.
Hey, I'm Dakota Waldridge. You all have seen my work each and every single video, whether you know it or not. I'm the one responsible for the thumbnails and the lower thirds. So if there's ever a mistake on spelling, blame me. Don't blame these guys. That's all on me. I'll take responsibility.
Brad covers all the spelling mistakes, trust me. I don't do any of that because no.
No, and you know what? If it goes out and it's spelled wrong, I don't care. Blame me.
They know what we meant. They know what you mean.
Yes. So, man, this is week 2 of the Pick 6 segment. I'm excited for this week, and we had to eat some crow a little bit this week. You know, well, see, actually, I went 3-4. What'd you go, Coach?
You know what? Was I 4-3?
You were 4-3.
You were 4-3.
I told you weren't beating me. I got a 2-game lead on you.
You know, I was shocked. There were some scores, and we'll actually do a little breakdown of our game of the week. So we'll wait right now, but make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're almost there at our 500 subscriber mark. We're 60 away.
Yeah.
Getting there.
So, hey, make sure you, go down on a little box. There's a little box. I don't know what corner it is, but just hit that. You see the Cleats to Whistle podcast logo. Just hit it, and it'll bring up, and you can just subscribe right there.
Our thing is 1% better every day. We're literally getting 1% better every day. We're getting like 1 follower a day.
Yeah.
On average.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3, sometimes, 1, but
yeah,
it's usually about 1 a day.
Yeah, so make sure you just hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment of our picks and see if you agree with us, if you agree with me, if you agree with Coach. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I thought about rocking this look right here today because of all the shade I got for making those picks. I actually got used in a hype video.
Video?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
I'm not going to say, but I actually got used in a hype video. So me and Brad were talking. I'm pretty fired up, man.
Hey.
People are talking about you. That's good.
Hey, that's a good thing.
It's like Howard Stern, man. If everybody hates you or loves you.
But the good thing, though, is, you know what I mean, we did get used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that,
I'm not mad at it.
And I love it, man.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I love it.
It's funny because Zane Johnson's dad, Jordan, sent it to me. And he goes, you made it, Coach. I was like, hey.
Yes. So 1 hour, 25 minutes into the live, go ahead and we had Jordan on a halftime show.
Great
so
guy.
make sure you go and really listen to that, and actually go listen to a Hawk.
At halftime, before that.
Right before. So, we had really good stuff going on. But, man, it's exciting to be back with Pick 6.
It's exciting to have a 1-game lead, baby.
But, listen, I do want to give a special shout-out, though. The boys need to give a special shout-out to Dakota's pops, man, and the mom, man. They supported the live the whole entire time, so that's a good thing. So shout out to pops. Yes. Oh, you know what? I'll just do the. Yes, thank you.
Appreciate you. There's several people. Todd Delcor, he stayed in most of the time.
Yes.
What was it, Braden?
Braden, yeah.
I can't remember his last name.
From Western Hills, I can't remember.
Yeah, from Western Hills. He stayed in there with us.
Yeah.
My mom and dad stayed in there.
Yes, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get a lot of positive feedback. The old man, he said, hey, man, the camera's fuzzy. Can't see the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So we fixed it, and, Dad called us out in front of everybody, and we fixed it.
But, yes, everything's going to be time-stamped. So this introduction, if you just want to go straight to the picks, everything is going to be just go right there, hit it, and skip right to it. But you know what? Let me get us some waters real quick, and then we'll start. We are back now. We just got watered up, got hydrated, man. It's 100 degrees. Yeah, woo, it's hot today in here in the Ville.
Hey, your urine should be light yellow, not clear and not brown. If it's brown, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I always used to tell kids that.
Yeah, you got to make sure they're hydrated, man. But listen, we're going to do like a 5-minute 10-minute breakdown of our game of the week last week, Trinity visiting Bryan Station, and we're just going to give our thoughts. So, do you want to start, Coach?
I took some grief because I really thought Bryan Station, the run game, was going to, dictate that game. But I will tell you, Trinity's front seven is no joke. No joke at all. Those linebackers eat. The linemen up front, they do their jobs. I was really impressed, and I hate to say it because it's awful early, but that's the best defense I've seen. And we've been several places, watched practices. They're pretty damn good up front. Both sides of the ball, really.
Yes, and it's surprising because, we heard nothing but they're young. We're young. And I'm just like,
well, Trinity young and
it's
different.
That's true. That's true.
That's a good thing because those kids all play. They play Catholic school ball and toy bowl and all that.
Yep.
They play together. So it's young doesn't really matter to that group because they've been together, most of them.
Right.
And their DBs was really, I thought, their weakest link going into that game. How many passing yards did Bryan Station have?
Not very many.
And that was credit to the front chasing down our guy, the quarterback.
James Davis.
James was running for his life.
Bryan really tried to establish that run.
That's their identity, though. That's what they do.
Yes.
And that's what they're going to do this week. I don't care who they're playing. That's what they're going to do.
But they looked out of sort. You know what I mean? This is week one. This is a way, way blown out of proportion. You know what I mean? But it felt like they couldn't get that because they didn't have it all together. Bryan Station.
Remember what we said. This is a big game.
Yes.
Is it a big game for Trinity where it's too big, or is it too big for Bryan Station? Is it too big for Bryan Station maybe this early? They're young too.
Yes.
Maybe it was just a little too big. Now this week, maybe they pick it up a little because they've seen the live action. They've seen Trinity is a lot different than who you're scrimmaging. I don't care who you're scrimmaging.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I mean, so I look for Bryan Station to pick it up this week. I look for Trinity to pick it up.
Yeah, and
what I said I would never ever pick, but they used that video, but they didn't go on with the rest of it. I said, which is they're a damn good program and a damn good football team.
Yeah.
I picked Bryan Station because they were our team of the week. We went and watched them practice. They were big dudes. We thought they were ready. I think they're going to be ready going forward. It doesn't get any easier. They're at Boyle County this week.
Yeah.
Trinity's at Frederick Douglass. So it doesn't get any easier. And it could be, remember what we said, everybody could have 2 or 3 losses.
Yes.
So Bryan Station's not out of it by any means.
No, they're not. And this is my take. This is my take on it. They tried to establish the run. Trinity kept them in check. Jaws had 125 yards, but 60 of that was on one run.
That's right.
So they kept him in check.
Well, the kid for Trinity had like 100 and what?
135.
He had 77 on one. So
yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Like you're going to see these stats, but then
stats are misleading. They always are.
Zane, you gotta give it up to what that kid did.
Zane made one mistake, and it really wasn't that bad of a mistake. The kid from Bryan Station made a hell of a play. He cut his defense. He cut the route. He cheated the route, and he intercepted it.
Yep.
I mean, the kid was open when Zane let the ball go.
Yes.
So
I say this to say that he did it with his feet.
Which we said that was the question.
Yes, and remember that's what we talked to
you
Jordan.
Probably agreed, but
I agreed.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, we seen that early. You know what I mean? And then at halftime, we found out something that we're like, whoa, okay, then that's.
It's pretty fair to say Zane is the whole package.
Yes,
Zane. There's no chance that he's not the best quarterback in the state. No disrespect to anybody. Kid's only a sophomore, and he's the best quarterback. He may be a top 10. We talked about it. In the country as far as sophomores.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe junior, senior, maybe all together.
Hands down, I will put him. Just the kid was impressive.
Kid works hard. That's the thing.
Yes,
and he's not just some slack that goes out there and depends on his athletic ability. He works his craft every day.
Yes, and on the Bryan Station side, we really didn't hear a lot of Haskins' name. You know what I mean? He played both sides of the ball.
Well,
he played a little slot. But they never really tested
They're not going to.
Jordan Haskins.
Nobody's going to test him.
I know, but that's
Would
what I'm
you?
saying. No, but that's what I'm saying, though. That was a pretty good sign that this sophomore is
That's
a stud.
That's one stat that they really started charting now. Is how many times you're thrown at as a DB.
Yeah.
I think he was thrown at once, maybe twice. I know once.
I wish we had a better angle to where we were sitting, to where we could really see.
Yeah.
I did watch a little bit of other, people's lives and stuff just to see what it did look like, but I didn't see him get tested very much. So that's a shout out to
That's
Haskins.
a testament to him. I mean, the kid's a stud.
Yeah, he's a stud.
I mean, take your poison. Well, you going to throw at him or you're not? I'm not throwing his way.
No.
Right.
Hell no.
But the only thing is you kind of felt the air go out when Trinity scored that first touchdown. You know what I mean?
Well, the air went out when Bryan Station didn't answer.
Well, that's
That we talked
that's
about
true
that.
too.
They had to answer and
Yeah.
they didn't. And then before you know it, it's 14-0.
Yes.
Look up again, it's 21-3. I mean, they got behind, and then second half they got out of their game a little.
Yep.
And that's not Bryan Station's game.
Right. So that's why I said it was weird because it just they tried to establish that run, they couldn't get it going, then they went and they tried to do something that they're not, and it didn't.
That's what Trinity
it didn't
does
look.
do.
It
That's
didn't
what
look.
Trinity does
It didn't look like
You're absolutely right.
the pass game that
You're
they should
absolutely
have.
right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and Dakota, give your take on that.
No, I was going to say, y'all basically hit all the highlights to what I was going to say. Like, Bryan Station tried to play their kind of football in Trinity's front and basically just stopped them and forced them to say, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to do it another way. We are not letting you do this on the ground. And you said it. That's one of the best defensive fronts I've seen so far this year. There is no question about that. And I was, though, a little surprised at the score still. It only being 28-10. Because, I mean, bounce of ball, maybe it goes in favor of Bryan Station a couple more times. This game could be way closer than what it was.
Phil said it at halftime. It could have been 7-3. It could have been 28-3.
But and that's the take that we had because Trinity shot themselves in the foot a couple times because Bryan Station wasn't stopping them.
Not early, no.
No, not early. That's
They
what I'm
made
saying.
the adjustments in the second half,
Yes.
and they stopped them.
Yep.
What was it, 7 to
7 to
7 at half?
Yeah,
in
7
the
to 7
second
after half.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yep.
but then there again, it's over. I mean, once Trinity gets that 3-touchdown lead. It's not-
Yeah, it's hard to
17
back.
points. But I do want to give a shout out to Carson Hilbert. Stud.
Yeah.
That kid, if you can put him on a 35 and in, automatic.
I've never been so disappointed in a kid missing a 49-yard field goal. I mean, and we both looked at each other like, I can't believe he just missed that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey,
it was,
shout out for me to Trinity. They did their job. They
Yep.
came in there and they did their job.
Yep.
And they're going to be – they got a tough one, like we said. And shout out to Hawk. Hawk's a great coach. He'll have them ready this week.
oh, yeah.
He'll have them ready.
Also, Jamarion Berry, 13 carries, 137 yards. Jeremy Lin, we talked about him a lot on there. He looked very impressive. And the linebackers.
All right, there was a
Lococo?
lot of dudes.
Lococo?
Oh,
Jeez.
that you just say that name, and I'm like, they're dudes. All of them have been dudes all along.
Dudes.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this kid is a monster.
And I think those linebackers are young. I need to go back and check, but I don't think they're seniors. I could be wrong. I'm talking about Trinity's linebackers.
Yes. So, hey, we are eating some crow today because we took Bryan Station.
We all took them, and I'll be the first one to say I messed up. I mean, I really thought that Bryan Station would out-athlete them, to be honest with you, and they didn't. Trinity's got some athletes too. But
Yeah.
Hey,
So
hats off to Trinity.
that was our breakdown of the game of the week. And, man, we're going to get into this week's picks. And here we go. The first one, Moore at Frankfort.
Last year it was 28-14. Moore at Moore. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
Frankfort's a tough place to go if you've never been there. Their crowd is right on the field. They got this huge jumbotron that flashes bright lights right by the field. It's kind of catches you off guard. Frankfort's got a lot of athletes. I just think Moore's defense is going to win this game. I think it's going to be convincing. I'll be surprised if Moore gives up more than 14, to be honest with you. I think Moore's defense is really good this year. They should beat Frankfort. It's 4A versus 1A or 2A?
5A versus 1A.
5A versus 1A. So they should win.
Yeah.
Frankfort, they got some dudes that will not quit. We went down there last year, and we beat them pretty good, but they fought until the end. I think Moore will pull away late because they'll outdo them. But I think Moore takes this one.
There you go. Okay. So go ahead, Dakota.
No, I was going to say this one, it was interesting. I did a lot of looking back on last season, to see. This week is weird, too, if you remember, because last year, this is the week where if you were in Louisville, your game either got canceled or you didn't start till 10 o'clock at night.
Or Sunday. We played on Sunday last year.
Or Sunday. That's what this. So
Brad decided to go live on that game, too.
So for me, I'm like, how much can you actually take away from the games last year? Because, as a coach, as I'm sure you will agree to this, when I played football at K-State, the moment you get into a rhythm, like this is how things are done on Thursday, Friday, you get into your rhythm, then that washes everything away. How much can you actually evaluate when you play on
High school
Saturday?
kids especially are creatures of habit.
Oh, yes. So that's one reason I'm like, how much do I take away from last year? But I looked and I see that Moore has, at the time, he's now a sophomore, running back Javis Wallace. He ran for 153 yards on 18 attempts for 3 touchdowns in the last game against Frankfort.
Hit the white button.
Oh, you won? Dog. You want to hit the dog button already?
Oh, he's a dog.
He is.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was one of their leading rushers last year. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me to see him do it again. So I'm going to pick the Mustangs over the Panthers for this matchup.
There you go, man.
Great pick.
And you know what? It's a great pick because I picked Moore as well. And just because Javis Wallace, listen, the kid's a dual threat. The kid can do it all. If they can get that passing game going, if Mikhail can just, try to get that open up a little bit, get that run game going, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make them come in the box and then just hit them out. Hit them. Well, he's an NFL guy, so he wants to take the long ball. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I agree. The only reason why I am going more is Javis Wallace. He will do it again with his feet. So also we do need to give a shout out Keon Johnson and Anthony Garcia, the Salsa King, man. They play for Moore, so yeah, shout out. And everybody we talk to, go ahead and look up their episodes for Moore. Just great kids, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So go check them out. So we all picked Moore, huh?
There we go. We all going with the Mustangs on this one.
Okay, this is an interesting one because I wanted to get out of the city a little bit and do Eminence at Owensboro or Owen County.
Owen County.
At Owen County. At Owen County.
44-7, Eminence won last year. There again, Eminence should win this game. Mm-hmm. I think it's a matter of how much. I think Eminence really bowed their neck last week and had a pretty good-sized win. That coaching staff's going to have them well prepared. Trust me, they've got a lot of experience. I think the head coach has got the least experience of anybody on that. I mean, they've got a staff.
They got a staff over there.
It's been around for many, many, many years. On the road, you don't know how they're going to respond. You just don't until it happens. I think they played at home last week.
Yeah.
Owen
Saturday.
County. How far is Owen County from Eminence?
It's not that far.
It's not that far, but it's still a road trip.
Yep.
You still get out of your routine. It can affect.
Mm-hmm.
Will it affect them? I don't think so. I think they win by at least 3 touchdowns. I think Eminence rolls this one.
Okay. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to say the same thing. Probably about 3 touchdowns, and I'll tell you why. Blaze Berry, the quarterback for Eminence, oh, my Lord. The last time they played, I want to make sure I get his stats right because it's mind-boggling. He's literally playing a video game from the looks of it. He went 22 of 38 for 310 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Dog. Just straight dog. There is no question about that. To give you, for the football nerds in here, the stat, if you put that into the QBR calculator and came out, it's 121.6 and the perfect's a 158.3. I mean, dog. There is no question.
Yes. And I'll hit it again.
Yeah, I mean,
so you're going?
I'm going to go with the Warriors of Eminence.
There we go. And I think we're all going to agree with this one, man. And I put in my notes, Blaze Berry is back. That's all you have to really say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a difference maker.
Yeah, he is. I actually seen him. He was actually trying out for, what was it, P2P, the 7-on-7?
When we were there, or when you saw him?
Yeah, when I saw him.
He was somewhere else.
Oh, man, I tell you.
Camp when we were there.
Hey, it was freezing. And it was.
Oh, no, he's governor scholar, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was
When
governor.
we were there.
Yes.
Kid does
Hey,
it all.
smart, man. Smart. But Yeah, I can't say anything, but go watch. I will actually tag their media day. We had 3 episodes. Ryan Jones, phenomenal head coach. I will actually link that playlist, man. So go and check the Eminence Warriors out, man. It's
Got to see one of my buddies when I was there, Gary Satori.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out, shout out,
Gary. Gary knows his stuff, man.
Yeah. So, but I do want to shout out 2 players from Owen County, and it's Michael Powell Jr. and Aiden Newman. Michael Powell Jr. He had a collarbone last year, so he didn't get to play. So
Could be inside information.
yes. Hey. So let's see if they can do. They got manhandled pretty good down in Campbellsville, but who did they play? Campbellsville.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, Eminence is on that same level. I mean, Eminence is going to be tough.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough for Owen County to pull this one off.
Yes. So shout out those 2 guys from Owen County, man. Just step up and be leaders and see where this game goes, man. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to Scott County, man. We're going to the Battle of the Birds. Ooh. The Battle of the Birds. Great crossings at Scott County.
Scott County won 34-14 last year at Great Crossing, but what is that? 3 miles away?
2 miles.
2 miles, and they shared the stadium. They both played their home games there. So I mean,
but Scott County coming off a very surprising loss.
Very surprising.
Last week. We really thought, and I said Scott was one of my top 5 teams that could win it this year, and they still can. I mean, sometimes a loss is what you need. Maybe smelling themselves a little bit, feeling themselves. I'm sure Coach McKee doesn't like it, but I'm sure if they come back and make a run, it'll be what put them over the edge. I don't see Scott County losing 2 in a row at this stage. I know it's a rivalry. It's like a Dixie Highway. It's like a Butler PRP thing.
Yeah.
It's like a Valley Western thing. I just don't see Scott County losing 2 in a row. Home opener in their new stadium. I mean, they didn't play at home last week, did they?
No, they played at the same stadium that they had been.
You know, I think Scott County wins this game. I think it may be a little closer. I'm not sure. They got handled pretty good. Now, what's the cause of that?
Yes.
Is there something we don't know, or they have some injuries? Coach McKee's pretty close to the vest, but I don't see them losing 2 in a row. I'm going with Scott County.
Yeah, and Scott County did lose to Franklin County. That is really good.
Franklin County was one of the teams we said that, but I didn't say that I'm surprised they lost. I am surprised they lost, but the way they lost, really surprised. Now Franklin County's some dudes.
Yes.
We went and watched them, and we were like, we were wide-eyed and mouth wide open the whole time. So don't misconstrue the loss, misconstrue the score.
Yes.
And how they were handled. You don't see Scott County teams handled very often.
Right. So that's a shocker. Go ahead and take it from here.
No, I was going to say, I mean, you were talking about it. Franklin County is a bunch of dogs. I know because I've seen it personally with all the film I've watched of them because of my alma mater, but we'll hide that for later. Don't worry. But this is actually the hardest game for me to pick.
Really?
Yes. And I know that may that's going to sound weird, but it's almost because of history. And you're like, do I want to bet against it or do I not? Because they've played the Battle of the Birds 6 times. All 6 times have gone into Scott County's favor. And it's like, all right, obviously Scott County has assessed themselves as big brother. Great Crossings is a little brother. You know, they haven't got the win yet. The 2 closest times they came was in 2021.
He said it, not me.
I did. I'll admit. But, I mean, until you beat Big Brother, you can't really take a claim if you ain't beat them one time. I mean, that was that way with my rival. Again, we'll get to that later. And it's really hard, and I'm wondering, like, you know, what's the emotion going to be for Scott County? First home game, and I think I read in some news reports, 30 years. It's their first true home game.
Wow.
So, I mean, you know, that's going to be some emotion flowing through those boys. Like, wow, this is the first time we're at home. This is our place. And I was joking with my mother about this. I'm like, is this going to be like when they opened AT&T Stadium for the Giants and the Cowboys? Giants came in and beat the Cowboys, and Eli writes his name as thanks for the invite or something like that on the wall. You know, it's like there's going to be some emotion here for Great Crossing.
You're
As
right.
it won, we're going to go to their home field for the first time ever. All that to say, I'm picking Scott County.
There's going to be more. There's going to be more emotion after when they're riding the 2 miles with a loss.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's crazy because we're all picking the same. We're going Scott County, I'm going Scott County. Just because, man, I'm a McKee guy, man.
Same.
This dude gets me fired. Hey, he walked in. I met him. He brought me in for a hug, and he's like, "What's up, brother?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "What's up?" I said,
He's like a WWE guy, the
Yes.
way he
Yes.
carries himself.
Yes.
He's like a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is.
Yes.
He's big. He's a strong country boy, and the way he talks. I mean, if you close your eyes, it was like Hulk Hogan was standing there with you. Like, what's up, brother?
it was phenomenal,
Yeah.
man. And I just felt, you know what I mean? He took us through the facilities.
Yes.
He was
When we talked about it, he didn't have to do that.
no.
He could have just said, "Hey, go look around and see." Boy, he showed us the media room. I mean, wow, what a great host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Great Crossings beat Madison Southern 56-7. Okay, last year or just last week. That's got to say something that they got the offense rolling already. I don't know nothing about Madison Southern, but they were like I think a 7-win team last year. So I don't know.
Pretty fair to say they're not Scott County,
They're not Scott County.
or are they?
We don't know. That's what I'm saying though. But
We're either all going to be geniuses or dumbasses.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely is.
So
I
it's
mean,
going to tell a lot.
no, and that's why I said it's a rivalry game. It's crazy because when we went to Scott County, we drove right by Great Crossings, and we're just like,
we went over and looked,
yeah.
and they're almost identical. Those buildings look alike. The facilities look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy.
this is interesting.
But yes, I'm looking to have this game tight. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a one-score game. I think it's going to be tight. Rivalry game.
I love it.
I'm excited, man.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But we all picked Scott County, right?
Yeah.
Scott County.
Okay, here we go. Here's one of the games I'm excited about, and this is Mail at Ballard.
Woo, 34-3 last year. Mail won at Mail. Number 3 versus number 8. So this is Ballard dropped what? Or they stayed the same?
They stayed. Well, I think they
I
dropped
think
2.
they both stayed the same.
I think they
Mail
dropped-
was
I think-
2 or 3 anyway, right?
I think they dropped to 10. Ballard dropped to 10, wasn't it?
Okay. Well, it depends
I'm
on
not
what poll.
sure.
Depends on what poll you look
I was
at.
going to say, I think it's
Yeah.
But, you know, we all know what Mail is. Mail's going to assert themselves. They're going to show their dominance. Can Ballard stand up to the challenge, just like last week? They took it on the chin last week.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
How do those kids react? Did they come back with a chip on their shoulder? Did he lose the locker room? There's a lot of questions about this game, and this is a tough one.
This is
I
a
definitely
tough
think
game.
Ballard's going to bounce back. Do I think they're going to beat Mail? I'm going to say no. I think Mail wins. I just think it's Mail. Ballard is still to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
They're still a work in progress. Sooner or later, the light bulb's going to kick on.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
going to win 3 or 4 games, 5 games in a row, maybe. Does it start this week? I don't think so. I think Mail wins. I think Mail wears them out late and pulls away maybe a couple scores. Not nothing huge. But I think Ballard shows a lot more fight this week, gets back on the track. But I think Mail wins.
I've been thinking about it. This was like the second game I really thought a lot about too, because it's like you said, you know, Ballard got hit in the mouth, and I know he's going to get them right. Coach Keene's going to get them right and everything. I know what he's got and the kind of mentality that he has. So I don't worry about Ballard at all. But it's one of those things I'm like, okay, who do you face next? Oh, you face Mel, you know, one of the top teams in 6A. It's like, okay, well, here's the challenge. Let's answer the bell. And it's really hard for me to pick it, but I'm going to have to lean Mel only because I watched the game from the chopper when they played Butler and everything. Man, that front line was moving some people. They were just pushing people left and right. And they
When
were
all
able
else
to
fails,
run.
get behind Spike.
Get
Yes.
behind Spike, and that was this was my key. Okay.
You said Mail, right?
Yeah, I said Mel.
Yeah. Okay. So you got North Carolina State commit Isaac Souls, Isaac Spike. You got Solomon Connolly. He's I think he's a DB. I don't know exactly. When I was seeing him at camp,
Is he 16?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know about him because I seen him at camp. I seen him at the Bluegrass Showcase.
Showcase.
Kid was phenomenal. Looked great. So they got dudes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They got
It's harder for a DB to control a game than it is an interior guy.
But Antonio Harris, this is his first year playing quarterback. So I'm thinking, I'm a Coach Keene guy, man. I just like McKee.
Too. I am too.
That he is a dude, and like I said, we've coached against him, so I know his mentality. I know he's going to get these guys right. And this is what I put in my notes. I said, let him figure this team out, right?
Well, and let them figure him out too.
Yes, and I think they step it up this week.
I do too.
Oh, same.
And I think that defense they're going to really lean on. They're going to bring something different. I'm going to go Coach Keene and Ballard.
Let's go.
All right.
And it's going to be a tight game.
The only way you're going to catch me is if you go against
Hey,
me.
I got to go against you one way or another, man. But
I like it.
Like I say, I think you know what I mean. They did get a reality check when they went to Campbellsville and played my 5A state champ South Warren. But man, I just think Coach Keene's going to have something for Antonio Harris. I think he's, you know what I mean. Obviously, he's going to be a freaking dude. You know what I mean? The Louisville commit. So it's.
Well, and I got some insider info on this, and I'm tired of hearing how bad Mayo was going to be this year. I talked to some people, said Mayo's going to be terrible. No, stop. They're a top 5 team. I don't care how bad you think they are.
They're
a top 5 team.
They've been nationally ranked for many years.
Get over yourself. They are a top 5 team.
They are a 6A, 5A monster, or a 6A monster.
Yes.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's just.
I like your pick. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
I was
it.
going to say, like I said.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
This is when you know how we talk to all the time. And would you be surprised if Mayo beats Ballard? No. Would you be surprised if Ballard beats Mayo? No. This is one of those games.
Yep.
But I think, like I said, I think their girth and their talent kind of puts them over the edge.
Yeah, and I think Ballard tries to lean on this defense a little bit, try to get after
Hey,
Antonio
if they get some
Harris.
Turnovers, a couple fumbles, you never know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
But go get him, Coach Keene.
Go get
I'm
him.
excited, man. I'm
Go
excited.
get him, Coach.
Well, okay, this is a game that we had to pick. We ate Crowe last week, but let's see who we pick this game. This is Trinity at Frederick Douglass.
They actually played twice last year. Trinity lost 17-14 in the regular season, avenged it 14-7 in the playoffs.
In overtime.
So it's two very, very closely matched games. Frederick Douglass is fighting some stuff. They've got a couple dudes that are injured that they really wanted to lean on this year. Coach, I talked to Coach McPeak this week. He's kind of concerned. He's a riverboat gambler, so he's not going to show his hand, but he was kind of worried a little bit that, it may be a little too much for him. I don't think so. I think this is going to be a really good game. Trinity is who they are. I mean, I am very, very impressed with their front seven. But Coach sent me a picture of Frederick Douglass's offensive line this week, and it looks like I'm not even going to say a small college. It looks like a D1 college line. I mean, big dudes, great big guys. I'm not sure the total, but I'd say they're close to 3 bills across the front.
Yeah, and that's why I sent you that pick.
And
I sent it last night, and I'll send it to you so you can see what I'm
So
saying.
here's the key to this game. Can those dudes lean on Trinity's front seven, who I think's the best in the state? Can they wear them down? Can they impose their will, so to speak? Frederick Douglass is going to throw the ball too. They're not going to just line up and run the ball every time. Can they stop them? Can Frederick Douglass, once again, pressure Zane, make a couple mistakes? I don't think so. I think Zane's the real deal. I thought he was the real deal, but I thought he would struggle a little early. He's further along than we thought.
Than you thought, Coach.
No, he's the dude, trust me. But he really impressed me. Man, this is going to be a slobber knocker. It really is. I'm going to lean towards Trinity in a close one just because I know Frederick Douglass has got a couple athletes that are not going to play in this game that they kind of count on. Don't be surprised either way, but I'm going to give the edge to Trinity.
Okay, Coach. Right. Coach came around. Now give us your take on what you think about this game.
So I watched a lot of the Bowling Green Frederick Douglass game, and that was interesting to watch, especially it being played at WKU. It's basically a home game for the Purples. And it was a close game all the way up to about the third quarter, and then Frederick Douglass kind of started pouring it on. And actually, one of the standout stars in that game was a sophomore, Dakota Talbert. He came out, I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns and over 100 couple yards of rushing, which is impressive because in the Trinity games these past couple years when Frederick Douglass played Trinity, their running back stars were Tate Allen and Farrell Watts. That was the guys they really leaned on for the running game. So it's kind of interesting to see this third sophomore running back come up and play now. So I'm like, all right, do you have a 3-headed monster here maybe and everything? Of course, I don't know what players are out, so that's why I'm like, ugh. But I like your nods. It makes me feel more comfortable with my pick here. But the thing is, it's like, do I bet against Zane Johnson and Trinity and that front seven that I've seen on the live stream and everything play just lights out? Like, that is hard to – it's one thing when you see it in person to be like, yeah, I'm going to bet against that. Like, ooh, that's – it's like you said, can they wear them down? And I'm going to go, yes, I'm going to go Frederick Douglass on this one. They may have some stars out, but I think Frederick Douglass is going to be so mad because this is the first time Trinity's ever played at Frederick Douglass. So the environment's going to be mental because both those games last year were at Trinity.
At the farm. They're going to be at the farm this year.
The farm is going to be rocking. It is going to be rocking. So you picked Frederick Douglass.
I'm going to go Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
Do you really – let me ask you that before you go any further, and I'll ask you, do you really think that bothers Trinity?
I don't
Do you think a raucous environment? I mean, let's be honest. Everybody's against Trinity. Every time they go anywhere, it's crazy. I mean, it's the game of the year for anybody. Do you really think that it didn't bother them last week at Bryan Station?
So I don't think it's going to be necessarily like a raucous environment that bothers them. But going back to how we were talking about with you get comfortable with going to places and stuff. I mean, for the coaching staff, it's like, okay, this is the first time we've ever been here. Where's our locker room at? Where's our stuff at? You know. Not necessarily like it's the environment, but it's the unknown. It's the new stuff. You're like, okay, well, no, this is over here. Crap, we got to walk 20 minutes to go warm up over here. I know that sounds kind of like a weird thing, but again, we mentioned it. High schoolers are a creature of habit. And, you know, this is something brand new. It's like, well, can this wait, I'm not used to this, coach. Hold on. Let me, you know, I'm kind of almost wondering, you know, will that affect them at all?
I'm going to caution you on that because they went to Brentwood. They've gone to, I mean, they don't just stay around here. They go to some
That
places.
is true. That is true.
And they've got 36 coaches, too, that are going to take care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
You trying to make me change?
I agree. No. I agree. It could affect them.
It could. And I agree. I agree with you, Dakota, because it could affect them. But will it? We don't know. This is their second week on the road. You know, you don't know.
Second top 5 team in a row.
Second top 5 team in a row. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know. But when we seen Trinity live, like you don't respect, like I said, I feel like I didn't respect them. Even though it is Trinity, I'm like, I'm not picking Trinity because it's Trinity.
Well, and we heard how young they were, how unproven they were. Shit. Throw that shit out the window.
Throw it out the window. That's what's so crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And then we get that little information. Oh, well, Zane's working here and working on this. He's trying to get his
We drank the Kool-Aid.
His capability. Oh, yeah. If you guys seen the live, hey, you've seen our tune change really quick. But I think this is going to be a close game.
I think so too.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to. You know, we just seen it.
Well, 17-14 and 17-7 last year.
Yeah, 14-7.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, dude. This is going to be the same way. This game. You know what I mean? It's week 2. Trinity had that week 1. You know what I mean? Let's fix this. Let's fix that. Let's tweak it. Man, they're going to tweak it, and it's going to come out.
Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger, Brad. Pull it.
It's going to be crazy. But
there's always that but.
But, man, this is just a big boy.
It's a big boy game.
It's a big boy game, man.
These are two. There's probably, we said it, there's probably 4 or 5 teams that are probably going to win. One of them 5. And these are 2 of them.
You know, like I said back to Bryan Station, I went back. They didn't really have a pass game last week. They were one-dimensional. They tried to jam it down their throat. Once they got down 17, they tried to bring life back into it with the pass game, but they didn't have it. It wasn't clicking. Frederick Douglass has it. They have it. So I am going to lean Frederick Douglass on this.
Could be a big swing in momentum this week.
Yes.
Hey, and if Frederick Douglass wins, what'd we say? They're all going to have 1 or 2 losses.
Yes.
That plays right into that. They're going to beat each other. If you go undefeated in 6A this year, you might as well punch your ticket because you're winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what I said. It's going to come down to one mistake. But Zane's going to keep Trinity in this game because of his feet. I don't know what.
Or is Trinity's defense going to keep them in the game?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. This is a big boy matchup. I actually flipped my pick because I was going to pick Trinity, but I picked Frederick.
Don't be
Douglass.
surprised either way in this one.
Yeah.
See, it's funny because when I'm listening to him talking, I was confident with Frederick Douglass because they've got about 31 seniors on this squad. And that's a lot of experience to have. But you kept talking, and I'm like, man, do I really want to pick against Trinity? Because I know how good they are. And it's, there's a reason they run the state when it comes to state championships. They are that program. They are that culture, that team. But I'm still going to stick with the Broncos. I think they're going to want to come after the
farm is going to be rocking. I
will never pick against Trinity again.
Don't blame you.
Hey, he's singing a different tune, baby. Let's go. I love it, man. I love it. And, hey, the game of the week, the team of the week, and here we go, DeSales at North Oldham.
This was a really good game last year. 33-28 North Oldham at DeSales, right?
Yes.
Woo! This is another one. Love both these coaches. Love both these programs and what they're doing.
Yes.
Somebody's got to lose this game, and that's a shame. It really is, because this is a huge game in the grand scheme of things on the way things will work itself out.
Yeah.
Brock's a hell of a coach. He's got that quarterback. That quarterback, he won't make any mistakes. He stands in the pocket. He makes the throws. He's got his receiving core is
Luke Tompkins.
Luke is pretty special, and
Gray Schmidl.
Schmidl's very special. I mean, they got some special kids over there. This may be one of the best North Oldham teams they've seen in a long time. But on the other hand, DeSales took that step last year. Yes, the competition wasn't up to DeSales standards. We've heard it. We've heard it all.
Yes.
We've heard it. Trust me. We've heard from the alumni. But you know what? You dance with the girl who brung you. You play who's in front of you. They they win 7 games last year. Beat J-Tech 8.
9.
9 and 3. Does that sound right?
No. What was
9 and 2?
No, they had 10 wins.
No, they didn't have 10 wins.
I'll look it up.
Let's do some more. But anyway, the proud tradition. They're not used to losing. This is a really close game. I went round and round with this one too. This was a harder pick for me than the Trinity Frederick Douglass game, in my opinion. These are 2 very evenly matched teams. Very evenly matched.
DeSales went 9-3 last year.
9-3. Okay.
I'm usually pretty right. Just ask my wife. I'm never wrong. Love you, babe. This was a tough one. And I'm like, it's right here, but I can't spit it out.
well, listen, let's move to Dakota, and then we'll get your pick at the end.
Okay.
I'm like you.
Yeah, and you don't have to say your pick. We'll wait till the end.
We'll go 1, 2, 3, and we'll say our pick.
All right, there you go. Well, no, I was going to say, I don't want to say they're so similar, but, they're both very pass-heavy teams right now. I mean, I was joking with some people earlier. I'm like, this is almost not exactly the same team. You just knock the colors. They're both horses. One's Colts, one's Mustangs. They're almost the exact same in the way they want to attack you all the time. So,
hey, and another thing, I'm looking real forward to seeing that field.
Ooh.
Everybody says how awful that. I think it's one of the better fields around.
Beautiful.
Them in Paris. I love Paris's orange field. Shout out to Paris.
Shout out Paris.
Shout out Paris.
I just say there's only 4 color turf fields in the Kentucky: Warren East, Ludlow, North Oldham, and Paris, and they're all 4 different colors.
I'm
so.
for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I tore my knee up in a turf, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
all
don't like
Bermuda.
turf either, but whatever.
That's just me. But there's a lot of similarities between these teams, and I mean, last year I watched the game from the chopper again, and DeSales kind of had the lead to start that game, and then the storms from heavens came, and next thing you know, everything got pushed to the next day, and then North Oldham, is it kind of like, hey, you got your gears in order, and then took it from the rest there and won that game. So, yeah, it's like you said, I'm going to wait here, I guess, till we all say it. But
hey, and one more thing. We may have some delays this week because of the heat. We might not get
Damn
started.
you, I was going to say that.
Some of these games might not get started till 8, 8:30, 9, some of them, because it's going to be hot.
Yes.
Who handles that's going to have a lot to do with
Yes,
it, too.
that was my first take. With it being hot, and they're going to push it. They're going to push it back to 8:30. No, we say that right now, and it's forecast to be 96?
99 was what I saw.
Oh my goodness!
But the humidity's
96,
not going to be very
okay.
I mean, it's still going to be in the 90s.
And that's going to be a key. That's one that was in my notes. Last year,
Hey, we're a great team. We read each other's minds.
Hey,
last year we had a QB1 with Jace Bullock. Oh my goodness, kid is a stud. Peyton Moulter, we had on the podcast. Make sure you go check that episode out. But now we got 26 kids with Colin Daniels and Cameron Bischoff.
Yeah, Daniel's a transfer in from Cal.
Yes.
Quarterback university. I mean, really teach
Now,
them well over there.
last week, Colin Daniels had a really big test against that Fern Creek team. And what he had, I think, 178 yards.
Nothing spectacular, but he managed the game.
Yes. Luke Tompkins went off, had, I think, 7 catches. Oh, did he do it again?
dog.
Yes. I'm telling you.
Gray Schmiddle.
Hey, Gary Schmiddle. That's what they called him on the news.
They called him Gary. Gray, man.
Dog.
Gray.
I will never call you Gary. Gray, don't call me Gary Schmiddle.
Oh, man. But, man, I'm so excited about this team. I love Brock Roberts, man. I love this team. I love what he's building.
They were your sleeper. When we talked about it, that's your sleeper.
That's my sleeper team. I absolutely, man, I love everything about what he's doing there. Man, we just had Jackson on here. We had DeSales just on a couple weeks ago. Davon Martin, Aiden Brooks. You know what I mean?
Davon Martin.
Dog.
Yeah, Aiden Brooks.
Dog.
What is he, 6'7", 315 pounds? Just a dude, man.
I think he's a biscuit away from 340.
There's names on this field this week.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna be phenomenal. I'd like. Oh man, I hate to say this, man.
Is a tough one.
This is very, very tough. Like I said, the score last year, you really can't.
Because it was one score one day, one score the next.
Yeah, so it's
it was really weird.
It just flipped. So you got to take last year out of it completely.
You go ahead and do your pick first, and we'll work back this.
Okay, you know what?
Because I still don't know.
Okay, you got a new defensive coordinator over there, Coach McGraw over there in Goshen, doing a phenomenal job. I really think this defense, you got A.J. Paul, a name to watch. You also have Grady Anthony, a Louisville commit. I'm going North Oldham. And I say that the only reason why is because does DeSales have the dudes to keep up with them? I think they do, but they did lose 2 key pieces, one on defense and one on offense. So it's kind of crazy, but I am going North Oldham.
I'm North Oldham too. It's been a hard one for me to think, but North Oldham, I think they've got it. Their schedule doesn't get any easier here, though. They play Tates Creek the week after this, and then they take on South Oldham the week after that. So their schedule definitely gets harder, and I think it's crucial that they need to win this game for them to really keep the momentum going into a very tough district. Because they are in one of the harder districts, I'd say, for 4A right now, with Franklin County, Spencer, Henry, Western Hills, and Shelby. So I think for them, they really need this win. Like you were talking about with Bryan Station, their schedule doesn't get easier, so you really need this to carry that momentum through the hard part of your schedule. North it is.
This is evenly matched in my opinion. You've got a veteran coach that's been there, done that. You've got a Brock's an up-and-comer, not really been around that long. I think there's a slight edge to North Oldham for being at home. I think that's the difference. I think you're looking at a one score either way.
Yeah.
I'm going North Oldham at home. Team of the week, game of the week. Let's go.
Let's go. And we are going to be live. Listen, when we go live, we're actually going to do something different this time. It's because we're trying to go live early, but we can't because of copyright strikes here on YouTube. So
DJ Classic last week wore us out.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey,
he was
shout out DJ Classic.
Yeah. He did a great job. He was just too close to us.
Yes, but we have so much things we wanted to get on and everything. So time permitting, music permitting, we will try to be on early. We want to get a little bit of pregame in just so we can get, you excited if you're watching the stream. The chopper will be up.
But we can't get dinged for copyright.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, if
we're going to go up in the booth this week.
Okay, so we're going to see what happens.
Brock wants us in the booth.
There you go. Primo's going to be with us. So
Primo's going to be with us, so
Yeah.
we'll be in the booth. Chopper will be flying.
it's going to be a good day,
It's going to
man.
be a little cool up there in the booth. I'm looking forward to it.
Gonna be cool in the chopper.
Yes, so very excited. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and tell us your picks of the teams that we're picking. See if tell us we're dumb. Tell us we don't know anything. Just like Coach said over there. He said, "What do you say? What's your line?" I'm a washed up coach. I don't
I'm
know.
a washed up coach. I don't know anything. And I also said, don't be mad at me. Prove me wrong.
Hey, there you go, man. But listen, we forgot.
We've got to do the alumni picks.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. But did we do Attaboy?
No, we
we'll do
haven't
that
done
We'll
Attaboy
do
yet.
that after the picks.
Okay,
right?
all right.
Yeah.
So listen.
We'll do the alumni picks.
Listen, we got the extra point right now, the alumni pick. I'm just gonna go first. I'm just gonna knock this out. Seneca at Western.
50-28 last year. Western won.
Yes.
Different Seneca.
Yeah.
Different Seneca.
Different Western.
Different Western. I am actually gonna go Seneca. The only reason why I'm going Seneca is they scored 21 points last week. Western didn't score anything. So I'm going Seneca for the win.
Going against the alumni. Attaboy.
Yep.
There's an attaboy right there. I like it.
How many people will do that?
Okay. Second game. You want to go with him?
Yeah.
We got Collins at his alumni,
Spencer County.
Spencer County.
Yeah.
Last year was Collins 34, Spencer County 13.
Yes, it was. To give you some highlights for you all, because I don't know how familiar you are with ball out there in the county and everything.
We played them last year.
Oh, yeah. Fairdale did. But when it comes to rivals, Collins is our number one rival.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Yes, no. There are two teams Spencer County hates. Bullitt East and Collins. Collins number one.
Whoa.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so it is a rivalry that
So
runs
this is
deep.
going to be a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, when you look back through the records, the year when Collins won the state championship, hold on.
Spencer County beat them.
No. Actually, the first team to ever beat him was me. The record actually is not in favor for Spencer County. Hold on. I've got a whole list here of every team we faced.
Collins is only, 10 years old?
Yeah, they're
they
not
started
very
in
old.
2010. So, and
14
years?
14 years. And Jerry Lucas has been there and a great coach. I mean, one of the best coaches I've seen. And him and Marksberry, the head coach that I was underneath, still at Spencer County, this is their record against each other. So, Collins is in favor of this series, 10 wins to 4. Spencer County has only beat Collins 4 times. 2 times at Collins, 2 times at home. And it's one of those rivalries where I was talking to some people back home. I'm like, if we had one team, beat them in every sport, what team are you picking? Collins. A little bit of Bullitt East would come in there, but it was mainly Collins. Mainly because they used to call us a bunch of hicks and farm boys and start your tractors. That also went with Bullitt East as well, though. I always joked and said, well, when your schools were formed, you had a cornfield right in front of y'all's school, so I don't know.
They do.
I'm like, really? We don't even have one. Y'all have corn right in front, but
That's right.
that's besides the point. But Collins has some stars and studs. Cade Gooden is just outrageous. We watched that game from the chopper, and that offensive line was moving people too, even though Shelby County did get a lot of good sacks in that game as well. I forget who the player was, but they showed it on Jaggers reposted one of the clips of one of their seniors, and he was just cutting through the line too.
Really?
So they are, they can get to him, but Collins is a great team. I was talking to somebody. They're giving me like 2011's Collins vibe because Cade's being back there. It reminds me of Lawson Page and Zaya White. Yeah. That was the team when they were sophomores, won the state championship in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, like Cage is just so good. And I went to the Bullitt East Spencer County game. Not Bullitt East, Bullitt Central Spencer County game that was played at Nelson County this past Saturday. And Spencer County's got a lot of young kids on the team. The offensive line's the most veteran of them all. But we had a freshman. Let me make sure I say his name right. Don't want to get this wrong.
The Chopper.
Yeah. Jake Green, the freshman. Hit him on that sweep, as you know all too well, in that North Oldham Spencer County game. We were just sweeping around the outside.
Yes.
But at the end of that game, I won't lie, Bullitt Central, they were running more of a spread one zone read in the backfield. They started carving Spencer County up at the end of that game. They were really.
Guess what Collins runs?
I know. He's been running it for all these years. Trust me, I played linebacker. That was not fun to play against, and dealing with him spreading us all out and running them zone reads and everything. But, I mean, so I saw that, and, Spencer County, they gave up. It was, let me make sure, 35-15, Spencer won. With all that being said, I was telling people, I'm like, if you were to ask 99 people, who are you going to pick? Everyone's going to pick Collins, probably, 99 out of the 100. Well, guess what?
I'm going to hide you. Here we go.
You don't
Let's
pick.
Go.
Once a bear, always a bear. Spencer County.
Let's
We gonna
go.
win this.
Spencer County, baby.
Yes.
Let's
Spencer
go.
County gonna win this one.
Let's go. He's picking.
Never
Let's
picks
go.
against the
Set
county.
Set it up there on the table.
I love it. Let's go. He said, I'm an alumni. Let's go. I'm
Hey.
picking my guys.
Let's go.
Woo-wee.
Chopper with the props.
Hey, in those rivalry games, you can never. Thank you. In those rivalry games, throw the records out the window. You never know what you're going to get half the time. And this is a rivalry that gets no bigger for Spencer County. We're going to beat Titans.
Let's go. Hey, the Chopper. Hey, Dakota Waldridge dropping it on us. Spencer County beating Collins.
I think that'll be an upset.
Oh, really?
I really do. I think Collins is very good this year.
Oh, yeah. They will be.
I'm not saying it's.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think it'll be an upset.
Yeah.
I like it.
Doesn't he have his team?
You got. Sorry.
I
Sorry,
picked my
Paul.
alumni.
Sorry, Paul. I'm sorry
And I
about
got a
that.
prop for this one too.
Oh, let's
here we go.
go.
Because I took some beef from some people from my pick for the Doss game last week. They handle business.
They handle business.
So this week they got Bethlehem. I call it Bethlehem because I'm a Southern guy. It's not Bethlehem. It's Bethlehem. That's a tough trip. I think, are they at Bethlehem?
Yes.
They're at Bethlehem. That's a tough little trip for a team that probably hadn't gone anywhere in a while.
No.
They pitched a shutout last week against a 6A team. I'm actually going Thursday to talk to the team and give them a pep talk.
Let's go,
Hey.
Coach. Let's go.
And I will have my shades on.
Hey.
But, hey, Paul's doing a hell of a job. I can speak for the alumni. Super proud of what he's doing. We expected big things out of him this year. I'm not going to lie. I said he turns the corner this year. He's got some dudes. And I think they keep the ball rolling here. Bethlehem is one of those lunch pail teams, though. They bring their lunch pail. They don't make mistakes. They do what they do. I still think Dawson's defense is going to shut them down. I'm not going to say they're going to pitch a shutout, but I think Doss wins 2 or 3 touchdowns. I'm going with the Dragons.
Let's go.
And I'm
Coach.
going Thursday to do the pep talk, so let's go.
Let's go. Let's bring out the applause. Look at it. Hey, let's go. Hey, you know what? I love what Paul Mandeville's doing. He's building that culture, and it just feels, when you go there, it just feels different, don't it?
And he's so thankful
Yeah.
for any help he gets at all, because they've gone so long with no help at all.
Right.
No respect. And that's what I'm going to talk about Thursday is the respect, earning your respect, keeping the respect because of what you do on and off the field.
Yep.
And he's in the right direction.
Yeah.
He's in the right direction.
I love it, man. I love it. So listen, this is the last segment. Sorry, I almost didn't
Hey,
give
that's
coaches.
okay. I had to put the shades on, though.
There we go, man.
I took some grief.
So this is attaboy, man. This is us giving shout outs to coaches or programs that maybe beat us at our pick, or we just want to give a props to. You know what I mean? So that means, that's why it says attaboy. So let's go. Who you got, Coach?
My attaboy is Du Bois and Coach Durant and that whole staff and the whole school, the whole team. They get an attaboy. And Coach Durant, he shot me a little text when I said that 24 was a little unfair. He sent me a thing that said 24 and rising. So they're aware of the chatter out there, and you know what? Prove me wrong, prove everybody else wrong. They went out and they played a hell of a game last week. They got a great coaching staff, and they just added another one.
Yeah.
They just added one of the better running back coaches around was on Shelby County staff.
Yes.
With Marcus. So watch out for Du Bois. I'm not saying they're going to be state champs or anything like that, but 24 and rising, Coach, attaboy.
My attaboy, got to go to Oldham County and Sean Little with the Colonels. They went down to Lafayette, and they handled business with Henry Clay. I think it was halfway through the third quarter. They had that running clock going. They did what they should do, and they've really improved from just a couple of years ago. And Oldham County handled business and is starting to prove why people need to take notice and heed of them. So my attaboy got to go to the Oldham County Colonels and Sean Little.
Good
attaboy.
one. Attaboy. Okay, my attaboy is friend of the pod, man, Alex Carbello. Man, the what you did, beating a phenomenal program and won a Holy Cross last week. You know that team is well coached, fundamentally sound, and I picked against them. I picked Holy Cross, but hey, he had them boys ready to roll. So that's my attaboy.
And doing it with Ernstbiker going out with an injury.
Yes.
That's huge for them going forward.
Yes. And if you didn't watch our top 25, I said something special is going to happen at North this year. I don't know what it is, man, but this is my attaboy because I feel like something. He's turned that corner. He's been there, what, six years now? He's been the head coach for 2. So, man, that's my attaboy.
Attaboy.
Alex Carbello.
Attaboy.
Yeah, and I love yours, Coach. Hey, nothing but respect for WEB. I love what
and
I love
meant
what
no
they're
respect
doing.
when I said that.
Yeah.
And Coach Durant knows. He's
He's
going to use it and use it. Trust me.
Yeah.
24 and rising, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. Stocks up.
Yep.
Stocks up.
And also, I loved his attaboy.
Yeah.
Hey,
All three friends
Yeah.
of the
yes,
podcast. I mean,
friend of the pod.
great coaches, great guys, great podcast. I mean,
Yeah, but make sure, hey, I'm going to start
Attaboy.
tagging some of these episodes so you guys can go and watch them. But, yeah, Sean Little, shout out. That was huge. That was fun. Our mouth dropped when we seen that because, man, we felt the juice, man, when we went over there. It was good, man. But, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying our podcast, man. This is the crew, man. These are the guys that are behind the scene, or, you know what I mean? The coach doing all the booking. I'm doing the editing. This one's doing all the graphics for us. So, man, this is a big team effort, man, and I appreciate you guys, man.
Likewise.
I've said it before. Hardest working guy in podcast right there.
Yes. Yes.
He works a lot. He works a job 9 to 5 and 6 to whatever, but
Yeah.
and then comes and does this like it's his life, and I appreciate it. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah, man.
Hey, and if anybody wants to be a guest picker, hit me up, man.
Yeah.
I've got a list, but nothing's firm yet. I don't even know who I'm going to have next week.
Yeah. Hey, we're just
I do. I think I know, but I'm not for sure.
we're just out here grinding, bringing
That's
you
right.
programs
That's right.
and these young men, that might not get no pub, man, might not get no spotlight. We're trying to shine on programs and give them the coaches a voice to help somehow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we appreciate you, man. Dakota. Good stuff, man. I love it. Look at Kevin A.
Smith.
Kevin A. Smith, baby.
Dolls, here I come, baby. Be ready.
Let's go. Like we always say, everyone has a story.
We're here for them to tell it.
Cleats to Whistle podcast.